McLaren Formula One driver, Lando Norris. This is really cool. Yeah, got your mic on, make sure we're set. I'll be really loud. So, Lando, we're 5 races in. You got points in all of them.
Yes.
You had 2 podiums.
Yeah. I did.
How you feeling? Yeah.
Sorry. I'm gonna have that jet again. How am I feeling? Good afternoon, everyone. I'm feeling good. Yes, it's been a great start to the season, so I'm super happy. Yeah, podium last time out in China, P2, which was awesome because it was not expected, kind of going into the weekend or into the race even. But it's been a good start to the year, especially when you look at where we were last year. It's pretty shocking. And we made some good improvements last year. We made a big step, and now we've started the season off in a strong place, which we've not done for years, I would say. So yeah, the best season of my career and of all my years here at McLaren, and only hoping to get better.
And you mentioned the P2 place. We're not going to ask for that. The P2 finish in China.
Yeah.
Beat a Red Bull. Sergio Perez. Everybody talked to praise your tire management. Now, I'm a fan, but I'll be honest, it's a foreign language to me. Could you explain to everybody the subtle art of tire management?
Yeah.
Okay.
Secrets. Tough to explain, yeah. I mean, simple theory is the same as everything. Like things wear out over time. The race tires do at the same time. You also have like softer tires, medium and hard tires. Softer ones are quicker, wear out faster, and then the hard tires vice versa. So you have 2 different things. You have like wear, so just simply something wearing out, and you also have thermal issues. So if the tires get too hot, they don't perform well, and you actually lose grip. If they're too cold, you don't have enough grip. So it's like a happy little window. And it's still my job to kind of try and keep them in that perfect little window, while also trying to wear them the least amount possible, while trying to push and drive as fast as possible. So driving in the most efficient way is my challenge, of driving as quickly as I can, wanting to push and drive every lap almost like it's a qualifying lap, but without kind of sliding and overdoing certain areas. So you need to know exactly where you can push, where you need to chill out a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, this is a lot more complicated when you're behind the wheel, but it's part of racing.
For everyone else, it's recommended that you rotate your tires every 6 to 7 months. You had mentioned the struggles from a year ago. A year ago, things weren't happy, it was a struggle. Fast forward to now, obviously doing better. As a driver, can you explain the differences?
Not really.
Again, you rotate the tires every 7,000.
No, it's Formula One's complicated, but it's simply just the car works better. You know, it has more grip, has more downforce. Everything works more efficiently on the car. As a driver, you always kind of go out and you push the limit of whatever you got. You know, whether it's a good car or a bad car, you go out. You're always going to have problems. Like even Max, you know, and the goodest car is going to come in and say, you know, this is bad, this isn't working well enough, we need to improve this, and so forth. It's the kind of driver's job to always find the limit in as many areas as possible, and then the team trying to improve on those areas as much as possible. And we just had many issues, but we kind of improved with some of them. We've made everything quicker. At the end of the day, I still complain of the same things, but it's just we're going around every corner that little bit faster, and that ends up to be a better result. So you do feel it, but slowly kind of then get to the limit again, and it's then, okay, what's now the biggest problem? How can we now improve this thing? So even for this weekend, we have quite a big upgrade on the car, which is exciting. A few other teams do too, so it's probably everyone's going to improve, but you always hope to improve that a little bit more than other teams, and hopefully against like a Ferrari and Aston and Mercedes, we can take a bigger jump than they do.
What are the challenges on the Miami track as a driver? And do you like to race here?
I
By the way,
That's one way.
that's the weakest question of all time. You're like, no, I hate it. I hate Miami.
It's not my favorite circuit, honestly. It's just all the tracks are more character, more up and down. My favorite is Suzuka out in Japan. It's just old school, not a lot of runoff. Like if you make a little mistake, you're out. It's just up and down, high-speed corners, and the high-speed corners in a Formula 1 car is what makes it exciting. In a Formula 1 car, it makes it go fast, not slow. So to be honest, a very slow speed corner, we probably wouldn't go much quicker than a normal car. You know, like a good car in come off the street. Not saying I just drive a street car, but they're made to go in very high speed corners. That's where a Formula 1 car is impressive. And there's not a lot of that here in Miami. And yeah, some very slow speed, bumpy kind of places. So it's a challenge, but it's not as exciting behind the wheel as what other tracks are. But it's a good one. Probably temperature is going to be quite a big challenge. It's still a physical circuit, and temperature always makes a big thing. When you're behind a wheel, you don't have any cooling or anything, so it gets sweaty, it gets hot, and we lose a lot of weight. You know, on a Sunday in hot conditions, I think it'd be pounds. So I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't know stone.
I think it's and kilos. But we can easily lose like 4 kilos.
Okay, so 8, 10 pounds, 10 pounds.
Yeah.
I think so. 2 whatever. You're in Miami, obviously. The next race is a couple of weeks in Italy. So are you going to get a little time to enjoy? I heard there's a very active nightclub scene in Miami. There's a lot of stuff to do here. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, you're gonna get some time to hang around and do anything, or are you on the road?
No, and it's filming. So,
you got to see the heat the other night. That was
no, I went to the game. No, I'm out. No, actually, I fly. I leave Sunday night. Okay. So sadly, as much as I would say I love to, I'm out.
Now the success of Drive to Survive is fans. They want to know about you, and they want to identify. He eats the same bread that I eat.
Yeah.
So you're not great. I don't know what. Who wears the same shoes? That's all I got. What is it? Crowd racing when you're not prepping.
Yeah.
What is a typical day in the life of Lando Norris?
At home?
Yeah.
Wake up. I have because we have 3 healthy, we have to be fit, you know. So I normally I'm lucky. I have all my food ready, done, prepared for as soon as I get home. So breakfast, lunches, dinners, snacks, drinks, everything's ready to go. So I don't need to go out and shop and cook and any of these things. I definitely can cook, but I just got things ready to go. So it makes my life easy. So I have my breakfast, and I got a good amount of friends. I mean, more of my friends are in London and in the UK. That's where I grew up. That's where I spent most of my time. But now in Monaco, I got a few guys obviously who drive, like Max and those kind of guys, a few others. So we're going to do some sports. We'll do some paddle, or we'll do some golf. But also, like, now it's getting a bit warmer. You can easily go out onto the water, go on the boat for the day. Yeah, it's so nice.
You got a lot of boats here too.
Yeah, so just a relaxed day. Honestly, I don't do too much. Just trying to do the opposite of driving, just be chill.
If that's cool. Media question, okay? Christian, you got a question?
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Miami. I'm at the ABC News affiliate here in Miami. I'm curious. Obviously, this is your third time. It could be your third race in Miami. What can you tell us about what you've noticed that the evolution of the reception to Formula One, the hype, and also wanted to know if you have any rituals that you follow ahead of a race?
Mm-hmm. I mean, racing in America has been great since day one. Obviously, like I started in Austin for me. Started in Austin, and we came here in Vegas. Austin and here, are probably some of my favorites. Like Austin is one of my favorites of the whole season. Miami's up there, Vegas not quite so much, mainly because I crashed. But like the fans, and obviously we Drive to Survive coming in and that kind of stuff. The reception's always been great. So I would say it's changed a massive amount because it's been good since day one. You get noticed more, and there's more people, in different sports and that kind of thing that know Formula One, and that's always a cool thing. You kind of bump into more people that know about it. But honestly, it's been good since day one, so I wouldn't say it's had to change too much, which is a cool thing. You always had big people and stars coming from different sports and celebrities, whatever, that came to the first race, and just when you came to last year, I'm sure I'm going to come again this weekend. And from rituals, no, I've got my routine, that I normally do. It's a loose routine. I'm not like a guy that has to stick to everything. I don't do certain things the same way just because I've always done it and I like to stick to them. But I'm fairly free from that side of things. For me, like my warm-up before I get into the car is probably the most chilled you see from every driver. A lot of guys do warm-up, some of these things. For me, just a nice massage, a little nap even, a little 20-minute nap or something. It's not a lot of time to actually relax and cool down on race day. But for me, as much as I can just get out on my own, listen to some music, chill out a bit, that's how I get into things. The more chilled I can be, the better I'm going to go out and do on the race.
I'm sure you're a lot more chill than Max Verstappen. Yeah.
I don't know, honestly, Max is a good friend of mine. As much as we're rivals on track and hate each other, everyone hates each other on track, we have a lot of respect for one another, and we kind of grew up together. I guess he's a couple of years older than me, but I have a lot of respect for Max and what he does, and I would say we have quite a few similarities with what we do, and what we enjoy doing, away from the track and that kind of thing. So I don't know what Max does. I've never been his teammate. Maybe one day I will be, but I doubt he does that much. He's normally quite a chill guy, and he's always straight to the point. So he'll be the guy, if he doesn't want to warm up because he doesn't feel like it, he's not going to do it. So one day I'll find out.
We have time for one question from someone in the crowd. We can only do one, though. Our time's limited. Go ahead.
Since Oscar isn't here, I wanted to ask, who's your favorite teammate and deferred?
Oscar, by the way, is right down here.
Question. They've all been very different. And the position I've been in relative to them has been quite different at the same time. Me to Carlos was kind of like Oscar to me now, which is weird to think of, but maybe the age difference was a lot bigger between me and Carlos. Oscar's a little bit younger than me. Carlos is 4 years older than me. So when I came into F1, he was already in his 5th season, so his experience was much higher, similar to me to Oscar. So I kind of always came in with nothing to lose. It was my first time I had, say, something to lose from my perspective from the outside of a younger guy, less experience. It's the first time in my life I actually had something like that, which is a way to say it, but I've always been the youngest in the team, the newest in the team, the least experienced until the last 2 years. But I've always got on with my teammates as much as you always want to go out and beat everyone on track, no matter what kind of color car they're in. I always got on with my teammates. I think with Oscar, we don't do as many things away from the circuit. He's not into golf, he's not into paddle. We didn't kind of do the sim racing growing up together. So I would say I don't do as many things away, with Carlos. We went to play golf this morning, we didn't end up doing it. With Max, we'll play paddle, we're going to do different things, we're going to a little holiday or whatever. So yeah, I probably got on, not better, but I did more with Carlos and with Daniel. I went out to see Daniel in Perth just after the year, so I did some stuff with him, we did some motocross, we did that kind of thing. With Oscar, I've never done as much of that, but I'm sure that will come into.
Well, can't thank you enough for taking the time. I think I can speak for everybody that nothing but success, a bunch of points. It's a sprint weekend, 2 podiums. I don't think it's too much to ask. Big round of applause, McLaren.